Season 3, Episode 11. Something Witchy. Hi, this is Ylelmore. I'm Keryth, here for co-host
Rion.
and our assistant/mascot,
Ellis.
Why are you the mascot?
Why am I the mascot?
Because they're a bad assistant.
Right, they never assisted.
But I do now. I'm really good. I don't need to be a mascot anymore, right?
I think Ollie can feel that you're pretending to be cool.
I'm not pretending.
They have gotten better at assisting lately.
But our mascot,
I could even be a co-host.
No.
what if you make them a co-host and a mascot?
I don't need to be a mascot.
But now our mascot has a mascot.
Mascot. Oh. Well, that's Oh. Like this.
Wait, where are you going?
I am no one's mascot.
But we were going to interview you today.
I don't think so.
Wait, you can't? We have a door. You could have left through the door.
Maybe they thought the window was faster.
They did think the window was faster.
Are they always like that?
Mostly, I think it's sort of like having a cat.
I don't think they like us.
No, they like Pop-Pop.
I never thought a spirit would make a contract with someone they didn't like.
I mean, I don't think they hate me.
What if our spirit doesn't like me?
It's not that bad.
I wouldn't know.
Show off.
Maybe it's different if they know you from when you were a baby.
But it didn't know me when I was a baby. And what if it would have hated me as a baby too?
I don't think Ollie likes babies that much either. They mostly just like Delphi. But I'm not sure if they still like her.
What am I gonna do, Alice?
What is this episode even going to be about?
Right? I thought Ollie would stay a little longer.
I'm kind of surprised they even came to your house.
You want to follow them?
Oh, yeah. What type of power does Ollie have?
Powers?
Can they turn invisible or anything?
I don't think so. They can change shape, though.
Oh, another shapeshifter.
Wait, so were they actually bird-sized?
What did you think happened?
Well, it kind of looks like you just pulled a kitten out of a construction site. So I sort of thought Ollie was, like, inside it. Like those little balls they use for hamsters and stuff. Except it walked instead of rolled.
Like a robot.
No, they can shapeshift, sort of. I think they held a baby, and I remember having hands, sort of. Well, like what Ollie thinks hands are.
Which means...
It's weird. Their fingers were like too long and sort of bent backwards and stuff.
That sounds so cool. Where did they go?
Why are you guys looking at me?
It's your spirit.
Yeah, can't you sort of feel where they are?
Well, what's that supposed to feel like?
When I'm near the tree, it sort of feels like it's calling to me.
That's what it feels like right before I ship.
Like someone's calling you.
Well, like, someone you like, you know when you're sort of laying around and not doing anything, and they're sort of bored, and then someone says your name from behind you, and your heart gives that little squeeze because someone you like likes you enough to want to talk to you just because they saw you.
None of that means anything to me.
Oh, Then, let's try...
I don't really get how this is supposed to help.
Get in there!
I feel like this is different.
Maybe we should try the blindfold.
Actually, that's a super good idea!
I'm not going into the forest with a blindfold on.
But words aren't working. But I think a blindfold and then the forest would work.
I'm not wearing a blindfold to go into the forest.
Then put it on now and count to 50 and come find us.
Ooh, that will work too.
Fine. 48, 49, 50. Ready or not, here. Oh, right. Keryth, Rion, hello? Hello? I guess I'll just go left. No, the ever left. Forward. Guys! Keryth, how far did they even go? Guys, this isn't fun anymore. They wouldn't leave me out here, will they? Flowers. If I just save us, Dandelion Dandy. The purple flowers are ruining Dandelion Town. Never fear. So long as I have one seed atop my head.
Alice!
Keryth, I mean...
That's what it feels like.
What? Oh.
Yeah, it's that feeling. Did you make a flower crown?
Yeah. Do you want it?
What about?
I made 3.
Oh, Mr. Dandelion Dandy. Can I?
You heard that.
Actually, we found you when you started to make the city.
Yeah, I wanted to see how Dandelion Dandy was going to save the day. But I don't think Dandyville is ever going to stay safe.
Right.
Why are your ears turning red?
Could you guys pretend you didn't see that?
Dandyville? But we were watching for a while.
Pretend you never saw it.
I like this crown the best.
I can't believe you saw it.
So, Dandy isn't going to give me a crown?
He'll give you a crown.
Yes!
I give you the highest honor of all of Dandyville. The Dandy Crown.
Come on, do it seriously.
It's so embarrassing.
I thought the embarrassing part was when Dandy and then Mrs. Purple Flower were kissing.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
They were kissing.
I can't hear you.
I like that part.
I don't think they're a good match for each other.
I don't think that's the point. It's the drama.
I don't think I've ever felt that way with Oli.
Are we just going to pretend that Dandelion Dandy...
Yes!
Well, maybe it's because you have to learn how.
It doesn't feel like something I could learn in just a day.
Then, what do you know about Oli?
Oh, are we just doing this?
Guys, we don't have time for...
It's been months since our last case, and we're behind on rent.
We're always behind on rent, Mr. Blade.
That's because crime doesn't pay, and neither do most of our clients. It's a cold world out there, Secretary.
What about the party we got invited to?
The summer gala.
How much lore does this game have?
Secretary, how did Miss Dave get into my office?
I don't know. The doors were locked.
We've got to find...
Are you here to find out our secret?
What secrets?
Secretary, get him!
Wait, I can...
Got him.
Hey!
What are you guys doing?
Oh. I'm looking for Oli.
What's Oli?
My spirit, hey!
Did you lose them in the house? No, they jumped out of Keryth's bedroom window. Then why are you here? We got distracted.
You guys got distracted.
It's Dan Blade.
Oh, you paid rent?
You know about Dan Blade too?
Doesn't everybody?
No.
We were about to have the summer gala.
Nothing good ever happens at the summer gala. That's true.
That's what makes it perfect. I was hoping we'd find a murderer.
What?
Well, good luck finding your spirit, I guess. Or paying rent.
Thank you.
He never closes the door.
You can let me go now. I said you can let me go now.
Right, so this didn't help us find Oli. At all.
Definitely not.
How is this even supposed to work?
The Dan Blade was supposed to sweep us all away.
Maybe we should just look for her near her house or something.
Probably.
Oli!
Oli!
I don't think they're going to come out just because we called them.
How do you get Oli to pay attention to you?
I don't.
Right.
She totally was, and I saw her there with my own eyes. So and I was like, you can't just say that. No way! Way. 100 and 1,000 times way. And then I was, guys!
I'm not going to hide near my house. She's the one who should be hiding.
Then... Did you guys find them?
What are they doing?
That's a good question. This might actually be worse than if they just told Vorin we were hanging out.
Ellis. Hi! Did you guys find them?
No. And maybe you
What
should...
are you doing with the freaks? Yeah, you're always around them. Especially after you ditched us for the last week. I'm sorry, I didn't, I got grounded and Mom took my phone away. What'd you get grounded for? Oh, right. You don't know I've got to,
No,
ignore her.
bad idea.
I don't know why. That's why I asked him to help me. I have a new spirit, so I'm a witch now, like you guys.
You made a contract. A direct contract.
Does that mean, like, I'm the person who made the contract?
Oh, yeah, that's what it means.
Then yeah, but...
No.
Chill the out, freak. Yeah, that's not even a big deal. Right? Of course it's not a big deal. I'm not a toddler. I don't care about other people's contracts.
I just thought that maybe we could, do witch stuff or...
Do witch stuff? What kind of witch stuff? Yeah, we're not like Keryth. We have a coven and rules.
I just thought that maybe,
You thought wrong.
Is it bad to have made a contract?
They don't even know.
No, what?
The type of spirits kids make contracts with.
Usually, only really weak spirits make contracts with kids who are really, really sensitive to magic. But it's,
A waste of talent, is what people say.
And you're sort of youngest witch contract holder in Ylelmore history.
And what?
I think the one before you was 15.
And that was one of Grandma's friends. That was forever ago.
I'm sure whatever puny spirit you contracted with deserves you.
What is it, like a flower spirit or something?
I could see that.
They're not a flower spirit.
Then what is it?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
It's not about what Oli can do. I just wanted to make sure
And
that
you
they...
named it?
What's wrong with that?
Only babies save her spirit. She'd know that best. Child.
Go back, Gully.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
I think it's time we start talking about some real...
What is that?
Nothing.
Is it a cat or...
Oli!
Oli, you are upset.
I'm not. I'm fine.
Can't lie to me about how you feel.
I'm fine.
Whoa. Reuven, your ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
You have fun with your stupid spirit.
Did you see?
I saw it, Harik.
I blink for 2 seconds. You go and make a spirit contract?
Is that really a big deal?
I knew you'd be fun, Ellis.
Hey, guys, wait up. I hate it when she smiles like that.
You're in really big trouble.
Little one, are you hurt?
I'm not hurt.
I don't like that child. You're very...
Oh, high five.
High five.
You gotta put your paw here.
Why?
Because you said something super smart just now, and I want to go, I get it. Ah, you're so cute. Ah,
You can't just grab other people's spirits.
I know, but...
What happened just now?
Huh?
Voren was being Voren.
No, this was weird. What just happened? Why did she start getting all weird when Oli came up?
Oh. That.
I don't think you're friends with Voren anymore.
What?
I mean, you can maybe probably fix it.
She meant about you guys. I thought that she...
It's Oli.
Yeah.
What? But Oli didn't even do anything.
Except for make a contract with you.
And be strong enough that everyone can see them, even without a contract.
Is it weird that people can see you?
It's not odd. I'm very powerful.
What?
I'm very old and very strong. People used to be honored to make a contract with me.
Wait, how old?
Who knows?
The coven spirits and the tree. Are you more powerful than them?
There's no comparison. Put me down.
But...
I came back because I could feel you were afraid, but since you're safe, I shall be on my...
Wait, we wanted to...
I do not do interviews.
Wow, they run really fast. It must be nice not being a bird anymore.
What do you mean the problem is that are strong?
Well, that's... So, Voren and me used to get along, right?
Yeah?
We stopped getting along once I got my magic.
Yeah.
That's not...
My magic is super duper strong. It's stronger than anyone's in town, and I had a hard time controlling it. I thought that's why she started to, Well, it happened sort of slow. It started like what she just did, and then it got worse and worse. But it wasn't because I was bad at controlling my magic, because I'm way better now. I think the only reason Voren pretended to be my friend was because being next to me made her look good.
But why?
Because she'd always be better than me. I was good at magic circles, but I couldn't ever make them work. And nobody paid attention to me because I was the failed witch. So Voren got treated nice for treating me nice.
But then you got magic.
And then Voren got me.
Yeah.
But why? You were still called a failed witch. If that's why she was nice to you, then nothing changed.
So, can you, Voren doesn't exactly have a lot of magic.
Wait, what?
Shh, but she doesn't.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes people aren't a good match for parents' spirits. And Voren's dad...
Voren has a dad?
Yeah?
I've never heard about him.
That's because he's not around.
Where'd he go?
Does that matter?
Does it?
I don't think so. But he wasn't part of the coven. I don't know if he was a witch or anything, but if he was, he definitely wasn't with the coven spirit, because everyone said it wouldn't have contracted with him.
So Voren got jealous.
I don't know. I don't know if she got jealous or scared or mad. All I know is that after I got my magic, she stopped pretending to be friends with me.
Can I fix this?
Probably not.
But maybe things are different. You're not in the same coven, at least.
You said that when you're in a coven, when you get older, you have to make a contract with a coven spirit by yourself, right?
Yeah?
What's going to happen to Voren?
She'll probably have to leave.
What? Isn't that bad?
No. She can just join another coven.
But it's not the same.
Yeah, but it happens. Our old neighbors used to be in Lift's coven. But they can visit.
That's still really hard, isn't it?
Yeah, usually people like Voren start making friends with kids in other covens. So they still know people when they move.
Except Voren does.
Her coven is really important to her, Keryth.
Yeah. It was important to me, too.
Anyway, you probably can't be friends with her anymore.
Maybe if you're super careful and don't talk too much about Oli.
But then, I can't talk about a lot of
We
things.
weren't talking about a lot of things in the first place.
Oh.
Don't be sad, you might be able to.
I'm not sad.
You look sad.
I'm not.
Then why are you making that face?
I'm not making a face.
You're making a face.
No, I'm not.
Okay. You know, I get that Voren's important to you, even if I'm not friends with her. I get that you're friends with her for real, and...
I don't know if I am.
Huh?
Can you be friends with someone when you can't talk about important things with them?
You don't have to tell her everything.
But I didn't talk to them about my curse, and I didn't talk about hanging out with you guys, and I can't talk about Oli, and sometimes I can't talk about the things I like, because I think they'll just make fun of me, and is that me when I'm talking to them?
Whoa, that's a weird question.
I think you're supposed to call it deep.
But I don't know, that makes you wonder stuff like, what is a friend even?
A favored companion.
What?
Then, wait, if you like Rion more than me, then...
I like Rion different than you.
You should like me better. I've been here longer.
That's not how it works.
What does favorite even mean?
Well, you can pay special attention to people because you like them, or because you need something from them.
I don't even know what a friend is anymore.
I guess what matters most isn't if you're friends or not. It's if you think that whatever you have with Voren and Hark and Reuben is something you think it's worth spending time on.
Well, what if I don't? But I think it could be, if I could just pass a test or something.
I don't think you're supposed to need to pass a test like that.
No, I think... I don't think Voren is nice, but I think maybe we could be friends. For real. Sometimes.
Elias, so gross.
I don't get why you want that.
I don't know. I guess maybe I just want to be the person with Voren that you guys were for me. Maybe. Because you guys saw me being mean and still gave me a chance.
Voren had a lot of chances, Elias.
I know, but she sort of feels like me.
What about Reuben and Hart?
Reuben sort of scares me. But I think Hart we'll just do whatever Voren does.
I don't think that's a good idea. It's a very, very bad idea.
You do bad ideas all the time.
I won't stop you, but I still sort of think Voren should be sacrificed to Cal Manor.
Okay.
I guess we could still talk about it. Like, once a week.
Ooh, like an assignment.
Yeah.
But why would you guys even listen
Because it's important to you. But we don't want to hear about it all the time.
Definitely not.
So, what if we make a special time so you can tell us and we can talk about it?
Even if Voren's pure evil.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be a lot of help.
That's okay. I feel sort of like I should try.
Maybe every other week.
We can switch off.
I really don't like her.
Yeah, but you like Alice.
Shut up.
What?
I said shut up.
That's not a no.
It's definitely not a no. I still think it's a bad idea. Stories in Ylelmore is made by the It Me Podcast Production, LLC. All voices done by me. Transcript of the episode can be found on a link in the description or at itmepodcast.com. You can also find coloring pages, bonus materials, and other podcasts. Letters can be sent to storiesfromylelmore@gmail.com. If you want to support the creator, rate, review, comment, or tell a friend about the show. If you're a grown-up and want to offer more support, you can think about donating to their Ko-fi or Patreon, linked in the description. Our outro this season is Chillawani Bombi by Powell from the Free Music Archives under the Creative Commons Attribution License.